Welcome! In this quick explainer, we are going to break down Business Process Model and Notation, or BPMN. Our goal? To strip away the complexity and give you the confidence to read pretty much any process diagram you come across. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about why BPMN even exists. Then, we'll get into the 5 essential building blocks you absolutely have to know. After that, we'll put them all together in a simple example so you can see them in action. And finally, we'll talk about where you can go from here. All right, let's dive right in. Why do we even need a special language just to draw a process? You've probably been there, right? A manager explains how a process should work, but the IT team hears something totally different. This leads to a ton of confusion, mistakes, and rework. Well, that is the exact problem BPMN was created to solve. Think of it like a universal blueprint for how your business gets things done. It's a visual language, kind of like a flowchart, but it has really specific rules. And that's a good thing. It means that everyone, from the business analyst to the software developer, looks at the same diagram and understands it in the exact same way. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds pretty complicated. And yeah, the full BPMN specification is huge. But here's the secret. You don't need to know all of it. In fact, if you just master a few of the basics, you'll be able to understand the vast majority of process models out there. Okay, let's get to the fun part. We're going to build your essential BPMN toolkit, one symbol at a time. Seriously, once you've got these 5 core elements down, you'll be ready to read almost any process diagram. First up, we have events. You'll always spot these because they are circles. Now, the key thing to remember is that an event isn't work that you do, it's something that just happens. It could be a trigger that kicks off a process or a result that ends it. So how do you know what kind of event you're looking at? It's all about the border of the circle. A simple thin line means it's a start event, where everything begins. A double line means it's an intermediate event, something that happens in the middle of the process. And a thick, bold line, that's an end event, signaling that this path is finished. Here's a super simple way to remember them. Just think of traffic lights. The start event is your green light. It means go. An intermediate event is like a yellow light, just a signal that something has happened along the way. And the end event, well, that's the red light. It means this part of the process has come to a stop. All right, next up, activities. These are your rounded rectangles, and they're simple. They represent the actual work that needs to get done. So if an event is the trigger, the activity is the action you take because of that trigger. Now, this is where it gets really useful. You'll usually see 2 types of tasks. A user task has a little person icon, and it means a human has to do something, like approve a request. A service task has little gear icons, meaning it's completely automated, like a system sending an email. And right away, just by looking at the icons, you can see what's manual and what's automated. That's your first step toward figuring out how to improve the process. The easiest way to think about activities, it's just a to-do list. Each one of those rounded rectangles is a specific item you have to check off before the process can continue. Okay, now for the brains of the operation, gateways. These are the diamonds, and they act as the decision points that control where the process goes next. They ask the questions and direct traffic based on the answers. There are a few different types of gateways, but honestly, you really only need to know these 2 for now. The key is to look at the symbol inside the diamond. An X means it's an exclusive gateway, and a plus sign means it's a parallel gateway. Think of that exclusive gateway, the one with the X, as a fork in the road. A question gets asked, like, is the payment complete? And you can only go down one path, yes or no. You can't do both. The parallel gateway, on the other hand, is more like a highway on-ramp. It doesn't ask a question. It just splits the process so you can do multiple things all at the same time. Next, we have connecting objects. These are basically the glue that holds the whole diagram together. They're the arrows that show you the flow of work, guiding your eye from one step to the next. The main one you'll see everywhere is called the sequence flow. It's just a solid line with an arrowhead, and it literally points to what happens next. It's what creates that step-by-step path through the process. And finally, our 5th element, swim lanes. These are absolutely crucial because they answer the most important question of all. Who is responsible for doing what? They bring a ton of clarity by organizing all the work. The structure here is actually pretty simple. The big container for the whole process is called a pool, and that usually represents an entire company or organization. Then, inside that pool, you have lanes, and each lane represents a specific department or role or even a system within that company. Okay, Theory's over. We've got our 5 building blocks. Now, let's put them all together and see how they actually tell a story. It's time to see these symbols in action. So, let's imagine we're mapping out how a simple online store fulfills an order. The pool represents the whole company, the online retailer, and inside we'll have 2 lanes for the 2 departments involved, sales and warehouse. Let's walk through this. Look at the sales lane. It starts with a start event. That's the customer placing an order. That kicks off a user task for the sales team to receive order. An arrow then flows over to the warehouse lane. There, a service task automatically checks inventory. And here comes our decision point. The diamond-shaped gateway asks, is the item in stock? If yes, the flow goes down one path to ship the order. If no, it goes down a different path to cancel it. And both paths lead to an end event. See how each symbol plays its part? It tells a clear story. And that's really it. You now have the fundamental toolkit. With just those 5 elements, events, activities, gateways, connectors, and swim lanes, you can confidently read and understand the vast majority of business process diagrams out there. I love this quote because it really gets to the heart of why this matters. When you can read a process diagram, you're not just looking at some shapes and lines. You're actually reading the core logic of how a business runs, how it creates value, and, most importantly, where it can get better. By getting a handle on these 5 core concepts, you've taken a massive first step toward process excellence. So if you're ready to go deeper and learn how these diagrams can power automation and give you incredible visibility into your operations, check out the resources right here. Thanks for watching and happy modeling!